Can the new Sentry Champion get 2 million pops? And we haven't done this in a very long time, so I was thinking let's do a 2 million pops run with a tower that we actually haven't seen in a very long time. So the buff actually happened in two places. Number one is this specific upgrade called the faster engineering, and this upgrade increases the efficiency of the engineer, which allows it to produce sentries, foam, and bloon traps more often. Now this rate got increased from 40 to 50%, and eventually what this comes down to is, as the wiki says, it increases the rate at which sentries spawn from 6 to 5 seconds. So that's very good. We get a lot more sentries. Now the second change has something to do with the bottom crosspath, which is the worst crosspath out of the two, but apparently now we get a little bit of extra pierce onto the sentries, which goes from 7 to 10, and then the explosions themselves, when the sentries expire, they also get a little of extra pierce, goes from 70 to 75. So even though the 520 is actually the better crosspath, let's do the opposite one. Let's do the 502 this time around. Let's see if we can get 2 million pops with our Sentry Champion. As we're doing that, I wanted to get Bad Fusty as the hero, so we get a little bit of extra damage when we use the level 3 ability. So let's have him like this. And as we're demolishing the early game, because it's obviously not going to be close, I wanted to talk to you guys about some new info that we have on the Desperado Monkey. We actually have some new screenshots, and I wanted to go through them because I think they reveal a significant amount of information for this tower. So the first screenshot comes from Apple Arcade, actually, which is the weirdest spot to find leaks for BT6, I know. This is the screenshot, and it is on the latest map, which we don't know what the map is going to be called, but this is a very interesting one because it shows a lot of things. So number one, you guys can see that the Desperado Monkey is going to be a primary tower with a price of about $250. This puts it at about the middle of the range when it comes to price, because there are some towers that are cheaper than it, like the Glue in the Dark, but there are a lot of ones that are more expensive, like the Ice. Now, number two, besides the map looking cool and obviously being, you know, themed around this, I guess, cowboy western type of a style, what you guys see here is this guy attacking a bunch of red balloons. And if you kind of look closely into the screenshot, there's one balloon, the one in the front, being popped, but the 6 behind it are getting marked in a way. They're not getting popped. If they were getting some sort of damage, then they would be getting popped because these are red balloons and have a 1 HP, but they're not. They just have a mark on them. So I suspect that this tower is going to be marking balloons in some way. And how is it going to work? What is it going to do? I have no idea. But here comes the second screenshot, actually, which is a very interesting one. This screenshot shows the round 21 on Bloody Puddles on Chimps mode. This was showed by a developer, by the way. And as you guys can see, we have 2 Desperado monkeys placed, but they are targeting onto, like, for example, if you take a look at this guy on the right side, the monkeys always end the round facing the direction that they were targeting, and these guys are facing onto the rightmost track. Round 21 actually comes on the leftmost and the rightmost track, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because he's very far away from the rightmost track, and what this means is basically that this guy is gonna have a lot of range if he can see that far. And with that being said, we're around 30, and let's go back to this game. So we need to do a couple of things. Like, I guess discount villages are never gonna hurt for sure, and you guys already know this, but look at these NGs, by the way. Just the 302 crosspath, this thing is absolutely insane in how good it is, and just keeping the early and the mid game by itself. So I'm actually gonna go for the Sentry Expert first before continuing the discount village purchases. Alright, so 39, round 40 is about to appear. These guys are defending without an issue, as you guys would expect, and we got the jungle jumps as well, a little bit of extra attack speed. Hopefully this works versus the Moab. I actually don't think it's even gonna be close. When it encounters the Moab, by the way, it starts spawning these energy sentries, like the laser ones. And let's use past level 3 ability now, and oh my god, the insides just get melted in a second. That's insane. Yeah, that's actually why I like doing this combo. You get Pat, and then every single sentry gets extra damage. It's a very specific way in which you buff this tower, by the way. So all of the auras work, but if you get it overclock, you actually, let's just buy the radar scanner first. But if you give it an overclock, it actually is just gonna be summoning sentries at a much faster rate. That is how it achieves this. That's how it uses the extra attack speed, essentially. All right, let me actually remove this obstacle. We're gonna have around 49 coming in a second. It's gonna be very interesting to see which sentries get summoned. So because they're gonna be ceramics, we can expect crushing sentries for sure. And I think it also spawns these cold sentries so that it keeps them in place. I don't think we're gonna be seeing that many boom sentries, which are essentially cannons, right? right? So let's watch when these ceramics appear. I'm not sure how the AI is programmed. Like, does it react to balloons on screen, or does it know what's coming out, so it kind of gets prepared? I'm not exactly sure. Some very interesting spawns. We have 6 cold sentries, and it is mobs on the screen. Now it's spawning lasers, the energy ones. These energy ones are meant for mob class balloons. So I'm curious to see how we're going to perform versus these mobs on this round, actually, because the summons, the sentry summons, were actually quite bad. We got a knockback from Pat, and these guys are going to take a lot of pops. So I think we do have this round now that we, yes, look at this thing. We now get the energy sentry. So it's a delay. That's how the AI works. No, it's not thinking ahead of time. It's just reacting by the things that it sees. That's very interesting. All right, this 55 going to be a little bit different. We're going to need some crushing sentries and some cold sentries for this one because it's huge waves of ceramics. So I see the cold ones and I see 2 crushing sentries, which should be more than enough by themselves, honestly. This is the, I think this is the last wave of ceramics in 55. So yeah, we're just holding them with just like 1 cold sentry, and there it is. These were good spawns actually in this one. All right, so 57, we're going to need energy sentries plus some crushing ones, I guess. For the insides, we have 1 cold sentry. It's still spawning energy ones, so we deal with the mob layer, and there we go. I see 1 crushing actually here on the side. There's 1 up top as well. Okay, that's good. And when these 2 mobs pop, there's 1 crushing at the bottom, so this one should destroy the ceramics, and there it is. There we go. We get some good spawns now. Yeah, I mean, this is a great tower. What can I say? I really like how it saves up into itself. So we have the money for a Sentry Champion and we can buy it immediately, but I'm actually going to wait a second. The reason why I want to wait is because we're going to have a lot of purple balloons on 62, and when you buy the Sentry Champion, it spawns these plasma sentries, so we're not going to be able to pop them. So let's use the level 3 ability on this one, get rid of the insides. We have only lasers, and I think Pat, he hasn't taken that many pops so far. It's only 1,500. I guess it's fine. So how's everything looking? We have a lot of ceramic damage, and I guess these crushing ones are getting spawned in response to purple balloons, which is, I guess it's not weird, but like it's, I guess boom sentries would be fine as well. So let's actually go like this. Let's use the level 3 ability right about now. Oh, you know what? The purples are done. Let's actually buy the Sentry Champion finally. I think now we can afford to do this, and now these balloons are not going to be walking into Pat Fusty anymore, hopefully. And that was actually a good decision because we don't have money for the MIB anyways. We have 5.6k, so yeah, we should have waited, and that's the correct decision. Now with the extra peers on our Sentry Champion sentries, how do they perform? This is the 3rd wave of ceramics, and it should eat up all of these guys, no problem. There we go. That was even without an explosion, by the way. There we go. There goes the explosion. Yup, these guys just cut through so many balloons now, and I feel like this is gonna be really important for the later stages of the game. And as expected, not even close on these rounds. So I really want to see round 75 and 76 actually, and then as we defeat them, then we're probably just gonna go into free play and buy some other towers, because we do need to buy a lot of stuff actually. We need to be careful about a couple of things. So the first thing that we're looking forward is Pat Fusty's level 14 actually, because it's gonna improve the rallying roar damage and the duration. It's gonna go from 1 to 3, and on a super fast attacking tower like this one, it's just gonna go ham. 75, by the way, there's like 3 BFBs here, and it's not even close, especially with the new extra pierce. I mean, look at how good it's performing actually. Yeah, 76 as well. Everyone is being kept in place, and yeah, I don't think this tower is gonna struggle anytime soon. So I'm gonna see you guys in free play. All right, so entering the big ones, and I'm actually gonna play it on like fast forward because I feel like the first 3 rounds in the 80s are not even gonna be close, but we do need to start buying up some towers, and I'm gonna start things off by buying the MIB and the call to arms. All right, that actually took out a huge chunk of the money that we had. So I think we're gonna spend all the money in like 2 rounds, which is ridiculous, but I want to buy an overclock as well so we spawn a little bit more sentries, and I'm trying to find the spot at which I'm gonna have this guy in the range of at least 1 discount village, but also not near enough the track so it steals pops. And oh, I feel like it might be able to attack big balloons on the other side, but that's gonna be fine, I guess. Oh yeah, just look at how strong this tower is. It's not even letting the balloons like go past this small bend here on the side, which is good news, by the way, because we do want to keep the balloons, I would say, at max, like at about this place, like right here on the track where my mouse is, because past that point, Pat Fusty is gonna be able to attack, and he's gonna be stealing a lot of pops at this point, so we kind of want to have him chill on the side and just provide the buff. Alright, so let's actually do a sentry count check. So let's see how many sentries we're spawning without the overclock, and then we're gonna see how many we have with the overclock. So currently I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th one, but 1 exploded at the back. So I guess the way this thing works is like it spawns the 7th sentry, but like the oldest one is on its way out, right? So let's overclock for the first time. Oh, we have our first DTs actually. Let's see how we do versus them. Yeah, we have a lot of damage, even though we don't have the mill crossbat, which adds a lot of extra range, which is really nice, but it also adds extra damage to mob class balloons and fortified balloons, but we still seem to be doing a great job. So let's do a sentry count check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like it's 10 unless I'm missing something. It's like the 10th one gets spawned while the oldest one is on its way out or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I'm definitely not complaining. Look at what these guys are doing to like around 91. 90 is going to be interesting because a lot of 45 mobs and 45 balloons might be an issue because again, we are missing extra damage versus mobs and versus 45 balloons by not going for the middle crosspath. And so far it's not even looking that bad. So let me just keep the overclock going. I think the next tower we're going for is actually just going to be the homeland, and then I want to buy some slows with the glues and maybe some damage amplification towers. I feel like the glue storm is just an amazing tower that goes along with all these sentries because they do attack really fast. Oh my god, that was 93. Alright, so 94 in the field, and here's how we're gonna do things. We want to get the blue sabo for rounds like 95 and 99. I want to have it like here on the side, so I'm gonna buy the sabo first, and then we're gonna go into the homeland, and after that we're gonna see if we have any need of any of these like glues or stun or slow towers or anything like that. So how is 94 looking? I mean, definitely Bloons making it on the other side, so I can definitely see a need for something like a millipede glue, just keeping all these ceramics in place so that these sentries can laser them down. Alright, so let's buy the homeland finally, and let's do the overclock, and I think as soon as like 5 or 6 of these DTs appear, I'm going to use the sabo, which is going to be right now. And again, the main idea is to just like keep all these balloons on the top track and not let them get anywhere near to Pant Fusty. Let's do a pop gun check over here. So 2.8k on Pant, and then the Dar has 1.1. Okay, so let's round this up to like 4k in total, right? Because I don't think any of these guys have any pops. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so doing amazing so far. We have 6.4, and I think it's time we got some slow towers at least. So let's go for something like a millipede glue. I want to have it like this. We're going to go for the bottom crosspath. Let's overclock, and let's for the first time use the homeland, which works really well with all these sentries. So yeah, all these small balloons just getting decimated in a second. And actually we can do something. Let's use the sabo so that by the time the ZMGs are next to us, we're just gonna have them both back. So let's go like this, use the homeland again, and I think Pat Fusty is not attacking. Oh my god, these sentries are destroying these ZMGs. Alright, 1.5 million pops into this guy, so very well on our way to the 2 million pops mark. Let's get the overclock going. Hopefully we don't get any attacks off of Pat, because I think it might be. Yeah, look at this thing. He is attacking a little bit. Yeah, I can see a tiny bit of the track, but this placement was good actually. Alright, and now let's see how I do with this glue, which is supposed to be keeping these ceramic spawns in place, and it actually is. That's very good. Alright, so in comes the big one. We're gonna go all out into this round, and then we are hopefully gonna save the sabo for 99. So let's start it off with the overclock, go like this, and then let's combine the level 3 ability with the homeland, and I feel like all these guys are just gonna evaporate in a second, which I cannot wait to do. I'm actually gonna buy the glue strike as well. So right about, this is gonna be crazy. Let's use all of this together, and look at all these sentries just getting buffed. Guys, this is not even funny. Look at how good there's no way. That was 98. That was not even funny, guys. Let me use the sabo, buy a little bit of time so that we get our cooldowns back, and then we do have the glue strike ability, which I don't think we even need to use on this one, because that's the 45 DDTs are gone. Yep, 1.96 million pops, so we just take care of the bad balloon, and that should be it. Yep, this is such a good tower, especially when you buy, you know, the correct buffs, like the Pad Fusty against the level 3 Rallying Roar. It does a lot of work in the homeland. The homeland is like the OG tower. Let's combine everything for the bad balloon, and let's watch this thing evaporate in a second. So level 3 ability, homeland, and then the glue strike, so +2 damage, and it works on every single sentry because these guys attack super fast. Get the overclock, which you just get, and these guys are just so good. I love this tower. Let's use the sabo for one last time, but these guys are not going anywhere. Yeah, there we go. And that's gonna be 2,028,000 pops on the Sentry Champion. What an amazing tower. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.